My wife's affair was with my brother, and now they want me to forgive them for the sake of family. I never thought my marriage or my family would implode because of a single text message, but that's exactly how it started. A Tuesday evening, sitting on the couch, mindlessly scrolling through my wife's iPad. She always left it on the coffee table. It was linked to her phone. I wasn't snooping. I wasn't even curious. But then the notification popped up. A message from someone saved as A. It read, "Last night was amazing. I can't stop thinking about you." I froze. My wife, Emily, was in the shower. I tapped the message. What opened was a thread so intimate, so explicit, I couldn't breathe. Pictures, late-night rendezvous, jokes about sneaking around me. It felt like someone had shoved my heart into a blender. I kept scrolling. I needed to know who A was. Then it hit me. Photos of them together, nicknames, inside jokes only someone close would know. A wasn't some stranger. It was Adam, my older brother, my best man, my childhood protector, the guy I watched horror movies with growing up, who taught me how to shave, who gave a toast at my wedding, saying I'd found the love of my life. That guy. I felt like vomiting. I walked to the bathroom and stared at the closed door where Emily was humming, as if our world wasn't caving in. I didn't confront her right away. I couldn't. I went numb. For 3 days, I played the role of the clueless husband. I kissed her goodbye in the morning. I ate her dinner. I listened to her tell me about her day, like nothing was wrong. But inside, I was drowning. I started gathering evidence, screenshots, cloud backups, even audio from our security camera that captured Adam pulling into our driveway on a night I'd been out of town. It was all there, cold, undeniable. When I finally confronted them, it wasn't screaming. It was with silence. I invited them both to my house, Emily thinking we were having a small family dinner. Adam showed up first, nervous, fidgety. Emily walked in minutes later and froze when she saw him. I placed my phone on the table, hit play. Their voices filled the room, laughing, whispering, moaning. Emily gasped. Adam stood up. "Wait, just..." I held up a hand. "Save it." They tried to speak over each other, throwing out words like mistake, confused, emotional. And then Emily said something that made my skin crawl. "We never meant to hurt you, but we're still family. For the sake of everyone, maybe we can move on." Move on? I stared at her like she'd grown 2 heads. I couldn't even begin to wrap my head around what she'd just said. "Move on?" I repeated. "You cheated on me, with my brother, for months. And you think the solution is forgiveness? For the sake of family?" Emily looked down, her voice soft. "We didn't plan this. It just happened. I was lonely. You've been so distant lately." Ah, there it was. The classic, "you pushed me into someone else's arms" speech. Adam chimed in, and I swear I wanted to punch him right there. "I didn't mean for it to go this far, man. I swear I hated lying to you. But you did it anyway." He opened his mouth again, then closed it. Good. They started talking about our parents, about how this would destroy the family, about how they regretted everything and didn't want to cause more damage. Damage? I laughed, like actually laughed. The kind of laugh that comes from disbelief and rage and heartbreak all tangled into one. "You're worried about them?" I said. "You're asking me to protect the family you blew up?" Emily started crying. I didn't flinch. "I gave you 12 years, I said quietly. 12 years of loyalty, building a home, planning a future. You traded that for late-night hookups and deleted messages." Adam looked like he wanted to sink into the floor. "I'll tell Mom and Dad," he said. "Don't put that on you." I stood up. "Oh, don't worry, I will. I want them to hear it from me." That night, I packed a duffel bag. I needed space. I needed to think. I stayed with a friend, someone who didn't ask questions and kept the whiskey flowing. I ignored Emily's texts. I blocked Adam. And for days, I just existed. Work, sleep, repeat. My world had imploded, and I was expected to walk around like it was normal. A week later, my mom called. She sounded shaken. "Your brother told us what happened. He's broken. He says he wants to fix it." I didn't say anything. And Emily came by. She said she'd do anything to earn your trust again. "Mom," I said, voice flat, "do you think I'm wrong for not forgiving them?" She paused. "No. But they're still family. That bond doesn't go away." That was the moment I realized everyone would expect me to be the bigger person, but no one seemed to care about the pieces of me they'd shattered. I sat in my car for almost an hour after that phone call with my mom, just staring at the steering wheel. "They're still family." That line echoed in my head like a bad chorus. over and over, like some unspoken rule that blood means forgiveness, no matter the wound. But what no one seemed to grasp was that this wasn't just a mistake. This wasn't a drunken one-night stand with a stranger. This was calculated, sustained, intimate, and it wasn't just one betrayal. It was two, from the two people I trusted most in the world, and they did it together. I finally went back to the house the next evening. Emily was there, waiting on the porch, like some sad movie cliché. She stood when I pulled in, but I didn't even look at her. I walked past her, into the house, and locked the bedroom door behind me. She knocked a few minutes later. "Can we talk?" I didn't answer. She slid a letter under the door, a handwritten one. I stared at it for hours before finally picking it up. It was full of the usual garbage. Guilt, regret, how she never stopped loving me, how she and Adam had already stopped seeing each other, how they'd go to therapy, separately and together, if that's what it took. She ended it with, "I still believe we can heal. Please don't let this destroy our whole family." That's when it hit me, again. It was never really about me. It was about preserving the image, the family, the comfort. She didn't want me back because she loved me. She wanted me back so things wouldn't fall apart. The next morning, I called Adam. No warning, just dialed him. He picked up on the second ring. "You have 5 minutes," I said. He was quiet for a second. Then he said, "I know I don't deserve it, but I'm glad you called." I didn't respond. "I ended it," he said. "I told her I couldn't live with what we did. I was stupid, selfish. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I want you to know I'm stepping away from everything. I'm moving out of state. Dad already knows." "You're running," I said flatly. "No," he said. "I'm giving you space. I can't fix this by staying." I didn't know what to say. I just hung up. Emily was still in the house when I left that day, sitting at the kitchen table, eyes red, waiting for some kind of sign that maybe I'd come around. But I wasn't going to, because love without loyalty means nothing, and family without respect, that's just strangers with shared DNA. After I left the house that day, I didn't go back, not to sleep, not to talk things out, not for closure. I stayed in a hotel, paid for a week up front, and shut the world out as much as I could. Emily kept texting, sending voicemails I didn't listen to. At first, I deleted them. Then, I just stopped checking. But the real problem wasn't Emily, or even Adam anymore. It was everyone else. The pressure started almost immediately. My mom invited me to dinner, just to talk. My aunt messaged me on Facebook about rebuilding family. Even my cousin, who hasn't said more than 4 words to me in a decade, chimed in about how forgiveness is healing. They weren't talking to Emily, not confronting Adam, not calling them selfish or broken. No, that part was reserved for me, the guy who wasn't ready to move forward. Apparently, refusing to forgive the people who gutted your life makes you the villain. I finally snapped at a family lunch my mother all but tricked me into attending. It was supposed to be just her, but my dad and my younger sister showed up too. I should have left right then, but I didn't. "We're not saying what they did was okay," my dad said, hands folded, voice soft like he was negotiating a ceasefire. "But they're willing to do the work. If you shut them out completely, you're punishing everyone." "Punishing everyone?" I said slowly, looking around the table. "I'm being punished. I was faithful. I was honest. I built a life with someone who chose to sleep with my brother behind my back. And now you're all acting like it's my responsibility to keep the peace? They're your family," my sister said quietly. I turned to her. "So what? That makes it okay?" "No," she said, "but it makes it complicated." I pushed my chair back. "It's only complicated if you care more about pretending everything's fine than actually holding people accountable." I walked out and didn't look back. That night, I made a decision. I called a divorce lawyer, told them everything, sent them the screenshots, the call logs, even the security footage. I filed the next morning. Emily didn't fight it. She cried during mediation, but she signed. Adam moved 3 states away and hasn't reached out since. The house was sold. I moved into a small apartment. Quiet, clean, mine. The family's still fractured. Some talk to me, some don't. I hear whispers that I overreacted. But here's what no one seems to understand. Forgiveness isn't owed. It's earned. And sometimes, the most peaceful thing you can do, it is to walk away from people who keep setting you on fire. It's been 8 months since I signed the papers. 8 months since I took my last walk through the house I thought I'd grow old in. 8 months since I stopped asking why, and started building a new version of myself, one piece at a time. People still ask questions sometimes. Friends, co-workers, even a few family members who didn't get the full story. Was it really that bad? They ask. Couldn't you have worked it out? And I just smile now, not bitterly, not coldly, just enough to say, you weren't there. You didn't feel the betrayal under your skin like poison. You didn't lie awake, wondering if any of your memories were real. You didn't stand across from two people you loved and realize they chose each other over you. It wasn't just cheating. It was the intimacy, the lies, the quiet dinners where I had no idea she'd just come from his place. It was the photos, the messages, the way they made me feel like an outsider in my own life. That's not something you get over with a few therapy sessions and family brunches. And no, just to answer the inevitable question, I haven't forgiven them. Not because I'm angry, because I've moved on. Forgiveness, real forgiveness, would mean I still cared enough to give it. I don't. I've let it go, not to reconcile, but to release myself from all of it. I live differently now. I cook meals for one. I take walks without telling anyone where I'm going. I go to bed when I want. I work out when I feel like it. I even joined a local writing group, something Emily always thought was a waste of time. And I'm okay. Not every day is perfect. Some nights, the memories still sneak in. Holidays are weird. Family dynamics are tense. But I don't chase peace from people who never gave it. I find it in the small things, the ones no one can take from me again. A few weeks ago, I ran into Adam's ex-girlfriend from high school. We caught up for a few minutes. Then she said something that stuck with me. You always seemed like the grounded one. I'm glad you're the one who landed on your feet. And you know what? I did. They told me to forgive for the sake of family. But here's the truth. Family isn't just blood. It's respect. It's loyalty. It's showing up when it matters. And when people throw that away, you don't owe them a second chance. You owe yourself a new beginning. And that's exactly what I gave myself.